Yeah, sure. All right. All right. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. We are live, people. We are live. I'd wait for some folks to trickle in. Okay. Haven't done a live stream in a while. But hello, folks. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Just wait for some folks to trickle in. So I'm just writing down a couple of things here. Advice. I think we've got the chat. The chat, yep, live, yep. Talk chat, no live chat, all of it. All of it. Yeah, we're good. All right. Welcome, welcome, people. We are live. We are live. We are live. It's been a minute. It's been a minute. All right. And I know I don't need to say this, but the camera's right here, but my entire screen is on this side. So if you see me looking this way, I mean, it's just natural. Anyway, welcome to another live stream. Throw down some comments in the chat. Oh yeah. Mike, how we doing? Mike, how we doing? And we've had a lot of newcomers since my last live stream, which was just a little over a month ago. So it has not felt like a month ago. It has not felt like a month ago since I've done my last live stream, and I would like to do them weekly. But I do get caught up in a lot of work and such. I move around, whatever. I mean, everyone says that. I get caught up in work, but I get caught up in work. I get caught up in work. So feel free to put anything in the chat. We'll be talking about a whole bunch of stuff. I just want to say welcome to all the newcomers that have been on the channel since my last live stream recently. I mean, you guys know this. I say this all the time. I'll say it multiple times in this live stream. I appreciate any and all support, whether it's one person, whether it's 10 people, whether they're here for 5 seconds or 5 minutes or the whole thing. It doesn't matter to me. It does matter, but like, you guys know me. You know, you guys who have been around for a while, you guys know how I am. I appreciate all support. You know, if I get too fixated on numbers and stuff like that, I go crazy. You know, I've never done it, but I will go crazy. It's just how it goes. So I'm choosing not to do that. It's not the most conventional outlook because all that stuff is important, and it is. And I mean, we've got a goal. We've got a goal for this channel. But if I get too fixated on that and make it my whole life, I'm going to go crazy. I'm not going to enjoy it. So anyway, we'll talk about that another time. But shout out to all the newcomers. Shout out to everyone that's been here fairly recently who have subscribed and been a part of the fam in the last, handful of months. And everyone who's been here, the OGs. There's a lot of you. Look at the camera right here. There's a lot of you. A lot of OGs that have been here since the very beginning of this YouTube journey a few years ago. Technically, I've had the channel for a long time, but seriously, like 2 years ago. Right before I moved to Australia. So I appreciate that. Appreciate all of you guys. Again, throw down some stuff in the chat. I'll be sure I don't miss anything. And yeah, we're all good. Shout out to Mike. I think I said that already, but just in case I didn't, shout out to Mike. And don't be afraid to put some stuff in the chat. Got questions and stuff, I'll stop what I'm doing and I'll answer it. But yeah, I mean, we've got some updates. Now I was supposed to have some videos here uploaded, but I'm a little bit behind on my Malaysia stuff. I'm a little bit just a little bit behind. So, but I'm almost done with the KL video, the KL Kuala Lumpur. I'm almost done with my Kuala Lumpur vlog. I'm almost done, but that video is huge. It's huge. It's like 3 or 4 days into one video, and I was gonna split it up between a couple of videos. It's gonna take too long. And I want to have all my Malaysia stuff done. And my no money challenge announcement video, which is recorded, is done. It just needs to be edited and put up. I want to get all that done before I leave in 2.5 weeks. So I need to get pushing here. So, but yeah, the Kuala Lumpur video is taking me a lot of time. I mean, if you guys don't know, and, hey, D Jackson, shout out to Florida. No one tracked me down. I'm in Florida. I'm in Florida at the moment. I'm not going to say where because I don't need anyone to come after me. But hey, D Jackson, shout out Florida. I did see that a few minutes ago, about 10 minutes ago. Florida State beat Alabama. Listen, I'm a Big Ten guy. Shout out my Nebraska Cornhuskers. I know. Everyone's like, Nebraska. I'm from Nebraska. I gotta do it. Okay. We beat Cincinnati. You love to see it, but no one cares about that right now. Florida State just took care of business. They were not messing around. and you'll love to see it. And anytime Alabama, I mean, I'm not an Alabama hater, I could care less, but it's kind of nice when someone can take them out. So, and it's funny, Jackson, I was just watching the Ohio State and Texas highlights, because I was out working. If you guys don't know, 12 hours a day, 12-hour work days every day, and 6 days a week. And there's a reason why I'm behind on some videos, but we're gonna get them done. But I was watching the Ohio State and Texas highlights, and I was like, that was just a whole bunch of nothing. It's a whole bunch of nothing. Like, I mean, sure, it was entertaining. It got a little interesting at the middle of the fourth quarter, but golly, like, I mean, again, first game of the season, people were trying to, get the feelers out and whatever. I wasn't expecting a 35-42, I wasn't expecting that. But man, I mean, what was it, like 14-7? Like, that's it. That's it. Number 1, number 3 in the country, man. Golly. So, but yeah, it was a defensive game. You just said it right there. Perfect timing. I mean, great minds think alike, D. Jackson. Yeah, it was a defensive game. I mean, you can't knock the defensive game. As I like to say, defense wins championships. So you can't knock the defensive game. Personally, I'm an offensive guy. Personally, I love a good offense. I mean, I don't need 55 points scored in a game or anything like that, but I do love a good offensive shootout. That's really fun, and then like a good defensive, at the end. And I mean, I get it. And like, defense is not really that exciting to most people. It's like, a defensive game is like, okay, come on, But when you're not scoring points, it's like, okay, you got some chances on the offense. And so we love a good defensive game. Personally, I'm an offensive kind of guy and a special teams kind of guy. But you can't be mad about defense. I mean, and speaking of defense, shout out to Micah Parsons going to the Green Bay Packers. Yes, okay, we don't talk about sports too much on here. But Green Bay Packers, Nebraska Cornhuskers, oh yeah. Dallas Cowboys fans are in shambles, and I love it. I absolutely love it. The switch up is hilarious. But I'm not going to get into it. But shout out to North Florida. And Mike, I'm not sure where you are. If you're still here, don't be afraid to shout out the region. You don't have to give us your pinpoint location. But hey, shout out from North Carolina or wherever you're at. or somewhere in the world. Who knows? We do have a global audience here on the channel, which we love to see. Mainly it's, as of last time I checked, as US, UK, and Australia. And some in India, too, which is really cool. So we love to see it. And some other countries trickled in there. But you love to see it. But yeah, thanks for joining, guys. Thanks for hanging around. Shout out to D. Jackson, OG, one of the OGs. He's been hanging around for a while. Texas. Oh, okay. All right. Hope you're not a Longhorns fan, because you may not. I got nothing against Texas. I don't care. But shout out to Austin, Texas. I actually have not been to Austin. I do want to go to Austin though. It just seems like all I hear is that it's a cool city. And I just feel like that kind of vibe just gives me like, and you can correct me if I'm wrong because I haven't been to Austin, but I've been to Seattle, Washington. That is my favorite. I think it's my favorite city in the country. Asheville, North Carolina, just like the hippie vibes. Like I love it. I love it. I don't know what it is about it. I just like those kind of just cool, chill vibes. You get all kinds of people from everywhere together without problems. It's great. So for the most part, and it's cool. So shout out to Austin, and apologies if you're a Longhorns fan or Baylor. I don't know. Baylor's not that far from you. I don't think it's in Waco. Waco's not that far. Anyway, but shout out to Texas because I lived in Dallas for about a year, just a little over a year before I went to Australia. Shout out to Dallas, one of my favorite cities in the country. And yeah, Dallas is cool, particularly North Dallas. North Dallas is what's up. I like North Dallas. I wouldn't move there. There's not a lot of places I would move back to here in the country. North Dallas would be one of them. So yeah, it's real cool. And Seattle too, but it's expensive. Well, the whole country's expensive at this point. But Seattle is crazy. I mean, you got Google and Microsoft and Amazon and whatever. So there's no chance. No chance of me moving to Seattle. But Seattle's a cool city. I've heard a lot of good things about Austin. So isn't Austin, I think I might be thinking of a different place, but isn't Austin's like motto or something is like keep it cool, like keep it weird or something like that. I don't know. Just that alone. Like, just give me to Austin. Let's go spend a few days in Austin. So anyway, shout out to Austin. Shout out to North Florida, D. Jackson, wherever you are. And shout out to Florida because I'm in Florida right now doing some work. I'm on a work trip. So You love to see it. And yeah, good stuff. Just be sure I didn't miss anything in the chat before we get going. And yep, all good. And good stuff. Yeah. So we got updates. I was supposed to be posting some US based content. That's not gonna happen. I'm too behind, and that's not gonna happen. Unfortunately, I have been kind of flying under the radar. Unless you follow me on Instagram, rosstravelsofficial on Instagram, by the way. I've been flying a little under the radar. I've been flying a little under the radar when it comes to me being in the U.S. And that's really only just because I'm here. I'm on a mission. I'm on a work mission, and I'll give you a little insight. I was in Australia for 2 years. You guys know that already, but I came back just to have like a quick little reset, and latitude reset. Love to see it. Yes, definitely working too much. I did take a shorter day today. Not really proud of it, but it was needed after a 16 and a half hour day yesterday, man. And I mean, it's all self-inflicted. Like, no one's asked me to do 16 hours. I just did 16 hours just because it set myself up for today and not having to drive a million miles this morning. And then I woke up at like 6:30. So, which for me is, because we try and start as early as possible, just so that, I personally like to start between 4 and 5 a.m. every day. If you guys don't know, I'll just give you a little insight, because you guys probably have no idea what I'm talking about. So I work on the road. I work through a company, and obviously through a company, and we are. I'm not going to give away too much, but we work alongside AT&T. We take care of the fiber optic boxes and whatever. We spray herbicides. We're on the agricultural side of it. And so we go around our company trucks and whatever. We kind of spray around the area just to kill vegetation and such, so that when the AT&T guys come to work on it, they don't have to fight through the Amazon forest to get to their working sites. It's the only time I haven't worked in hospitality. This is the only, I've worked here before I moved to Australia. I'm back now for a 2-month stint that is over in 2.5 weeks. Anyway, I'm so excited to get back in the world. You guys have no idea. We'll get into that here in a little bit. But yeah, so we just go around, and AT&T's, the headquarters, HQ is what I call it, is based in Alabama. And so, we all get sent to Alabama. Some people that's why I, was working for them in Texas. When I was living in Texas, they get like a Texas-based guy or a Dallas-based guy. They got a Houston-based guy. Shout out to Riley if you're watching in Houston. And, we kind of work all throughout the Southeast. And so we just drive around. AT&T sends all their coordinates to us, and then we kind of, HQ, they spread it all out to everybody. All the technicians. I think there's like 12 of us, I think. And we're a real small company. And, we're not some mega corporation. And actually, I like it that way. And so do they. So, but yeah, so they send us, okay. And I don't have a home base. Like, I had a home base in Dallas, and we would work, I would work 1 week in Dallas, have the weekend off, 2 weeks on the road, the next state over. They're not going to send you all the way to Maine or anything, but, next state over, 2 weeks on the road, come back, a couple days off, 5 days at home, days off. It just, that's how it goes. But since I'm coming back, since I've been back for a month and a half, for a 2-month money run before I get back in the world, I just been nomading it on the road. It's what, it'd be, I think it's 6 weeks now, 6 or 7 weeks. Wait a minute. Yeah, it'll be 60 days tomorrow. 60 days tomorrow. So that's crazy. And, but yeah, so I've been nomading it. Like, I've got family in Nebraska. We don't really operate in Nebraska, but we operate in Georgia. I've got some family there. But I'm like, let's just bulk up on the money, get the per diem and the checks, whatever, and let's do it. Let's go hard. So, and there's other factors too. But you got days off. You can request a day off, or you can just take whatever day off. It's fine. And also weather. Like, if it rains and it washes away all our chemicals, can't spray. So that's one of the reasons why I go so hard. A lot of people get concerned for me, and I get it. I'm really stubborn that I just keep doing it. But if we get rain out, it's like 2 weeks ago, I had 3 days off in a row. So that's one of the reasons why I go so hard on the. I said I was going to keep it short, and we're talking about this for 10 minutes, but yeah, when I was in Greenville, South Carolina, I had 3 days in a row off. It was crazy, just because it was just torrential downpour for days. And so, I get, like, a lot of people are worried that I work so much, and that's the reason why. Because there's going to be some times where Mother Nature has her input, and it's like, yeah, we're going to shut you down for a couple of days. And I get antsy. But yeah, anyway, so that's the context there. That's the reason why I work so much. And we're on a money run. But I've been nomading it. So I've been on the road. South Carolina, North Carolina, Georgia, Florida. I'm in Florida right now. And yeah, and we're almost done. We're almost done, man. We are almost done. I'm excited. Okay, listen, I love the country. I love the U.S., kind of. And and I love the company. Love the company. Love the lads. Love the lads. But man, there's other stuff on the road, like extracurriculars is what I like to call it. Like, people staring at you, whatever, like they've never seen a service truck before. They're just staring at you like you're the cops. And it's weird. It's so weird. I don't get it. It gets old real quick. So my attitude has been, anyway, trying to stay positive, but it gets old real quick, and everyone gets it. Like all the technicians get it, the AT&T guys, they get it. So anyway, but anyway, let's get away from this. Get away from this and get into travel, because this is what we like. That's what we like, okay? Ross Travels. Shout out to Tom, by the way. My man Tom. You'll see it in the upcoming Malaysia video coming next week, Wednesday, hopefully. And you'll see where the shirt came from. You'll understand why Tom on the Bridge is on there, along with Ross Travels. And but yeah, shout out to Tom. But 2 more weeks, and then we're done. We're done. I was supposed to be here for 2 months. And actually, I was supposed to be leaving tomorrow out into the world. And once I came back, my managers kind of approached me like, hey, we've got some opportunities and stuff. I know you want to be out in the world. And they're like, but if you kind of were looking at staying around for an extra month or two, then we've got some stuff. We'll give you a little, incentive, whatever. I was like, okay, I mean, that wasn't the plan, but like I've got some more things stateside that I need to do at the beginning of next year. Like my buddy's wedding's in Mexico. So, I mean, it's not stateside, but it's North America. And it would help if I wasn't going back here, then over to Australia, then back over to Mexico in January, and then back to Australia. It's just, I was like, you know what? It's not a bad idea. The money's good. Taking USD over back to Australian dollars, phenomenal. It's great. And, he's kind of times it by like a third. It's good. And, I was like, you know what? Fine, And my manager was like, hey, let's give it another couple of weeks just to be sure you're cool, because I know you're a globetrotter, and I know you can't sit still for, 3 months and you're antsy, which is about where I'm at right now. And yeah, so a couple weeks later, I'm like, it's fine. Everything's good. We'll do it. Until it wasn't. Again, like I said, folks, drivers, drivers are everywhere. People, they being nosy, that's everywhere. It's not just here. It's not just in the States. It's everywhere. But it still gets old. So I was like, you know what? Let me just, and I was getting, my mentals were getting a bit crazy. I'm not going to get too personal, whatever. But I was like, there's an alternative to this. And I knew this was going to happen. My manager knew it was going to happen. My parents knew this was going to happen. They're like, you're not going to stay here till the beginning of next year, And I thought logically it makes sense. And it does. But you're talking, we're dealing with Ross Travels here. There is no plan. There's a plan, but that plan will change, and it'll evolve, and it'll be amended, and it's always going to change. It's always going to change. You guys should know this by now. So, and for anyone that's new, prepare for that. So, but anyway, that was the plan. I was like, you know what? Instead of leaving what is supposed to be tomorrow back into the world, let me stay until the end of the year. I'll take 5 weeks off. I had 5 weeks planned off. I'll get into that in a minute. I've been saying that for 18 minutes. Really, I'm going to get into it. I promise. But I want to set the scene. Give the context so that you know what's going on. And I had 5 weeks travels planned, and I was not going to do it. So what I was going to do is, instead of I moved that 2 weeks down, and I was like, you know what? I'm going to go make some money. We're going to do this 5-week trip. We're going to come back to the States, finish off the rest of the year, which would have been 6.5, 7 weeks, and then we go from there. Obviously, I'm not doing that. That was the initial plan. I'm not doing it anymore, And my boss knows, everyone knows. And they're like, yeah, we planned for both because, again, you're a globetrotter. I'm saying this verbatim from my manager. Shout out to Brandon. He's like, I know you're a globetrotter, so we planned for you to, change your mind. And I'm lucky enough to be in a company that kind of deals with it like that, because I could be in some big mega corporation. They'd be like, all right, you can leave today. So I'm very appreciative of the very family-oriented company, which every company says it. I can confirm this one is actually, pretty family-oriented. So, all right, guys. Beard hair, gross. But anyway, so let's get to the travel part. I'm finally going to get to it. I want to give context. I want to give the, I don't want to just get into it. It's like, Ross, what are you talking about? I thought about this. And I wanted to update you guys from the last, update. So yeah, that's changing. I was supposed to leave tomorrow. I moved it by 2 weeks. So I'll be leaving my last day in the States. Well, my last day working will be middle of September. I was going to say a date. Middle of September. I was going to say middle of September. I'm not going to give away too much. And then the 5 week start is actually going to turn into it's actually turned into 6.5 weeks now that I'm not coming back to the States. I can spend a little bit more time overseas, and so let's break it down. I've talked about it a little bit before, but we'll go over it again for anyone that's new and doesn't know and they want more context and things have changed. So so middle of September we're leaving, and we've got a 4-day excursion, a 4-day trip with my mom. I'm actually treating her to a trip. She's never been outside the country before, so I'm treating my mom to a trip. I'm not going to say where or how because she might be watching, and I'm not going to give it away. And I've already given away a little bit of details on accidents, so I can't give away anymore. She might be watching this, but it's 4 days, 3 nights, somewhere at an undisclosed tropical location. And which is really cool that I'm able to do that. That's like very lucky because, I mean, again, you guys know me. I make my own money. Like, I pay for everything. I don't, I trust funds. We don't do all that. We don't do all that. I don't operate like that. I'm just a man. Okay. If you want to learn that in French, je ne suis qu'un homme. Anyway, shout out to Tom. But yeah, so 3 days, 4 nights with my mom, and from there is when I officially leave the States, like for good again, and so I'm going to be going over to Central Asia. I've got my flight over to Uzbekistan, guys. Uzbekistan. I'm so excited. Some of my friends that I'm traveling with are already there. They got there yesterday. And so I'm going to be traveling with them. Shout out to Jamie and Elle if you guys are watching. And shout out to Jamie being in the kitchen back in that Uzbek restaurant. That was hilarious. And yeah, so we're going over to Uzbekistan. I'm pumped. And everyone freaks out because of the stand at the end of the country. Again, you guys know that if you guys have been here for a while, you guys know me. We test some limits around here. We do. So I'm not worried at all. Like Central Asia is always a place is a region that I've always wanted to go to. Uzbekistan is one of the cheapest countries in the world, but no one really knew that because again, they hear the word stand at the end and they're like, okay, freak out, it's third world country and blah, 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 blah. That's not true. Uzbekistan is real cool. It's not super touristy, so I get that. But it's just different. And you guys know me, again, like I'll do some touristy stuff and, the whatever, but it's just different, and I've done the usual time. I've done the Balis and the Bangkok, Thailand, and there's nothing wrong with it. It's nice and cheap. It's super cool. I'm going to go back. I'm gonna go back. It's really travel friendly, backpacker friendly, stupid cheap. It's ridiculous. My hostel when I left the U.S. the first time in November 2023, spent 2 weeks out in Thailand. My hostel in Bangkok was $6 a night, $6, and it wasn't like some shit hole in the wall. Like it was clean. Like it was a clean hostel, modern and everything. And it's just because the U.S. dollar is pretty strong, but you just got to go out and see it, and I'm going to talk about this in a little bit once I get through my whole itinerary, but you just got to go out and see it. And I'm not going to get too passionate right now. I'm going to save it because I'll get sidetracked and we'll be all over the place. And I've got a bad habit of doing that. So I got a comment in here. Hold on, let me make sure I don't. Oh yeah, shout out to Utah, by the way. I missed that one. That was the first one. And it's not a lot of people know about it. Again, they hear the word stand and it's like, okay, it's dangerous, and it's just not. Some places are, but I'm still gonna go. But it's just places that no one really thinks about, which I think is cool. And that's how Ross's brain operates. That's how my brain operates. Like, okay, there's some places that no one really goes to. Let's go check it out. And so we'll go over to Uzbekistan, and then we're going to be going down to the Middle East. Now, I'm not going to say where because I actually want to keep that a surprise. There's a couple of people that know, like less than 10. So that's more than a few. But less than 10 people in my life know where I'm going after that. I will be spending 6 days in the Middle East. Yes, the Middle East. And I'm not going to say what country. everyone lumps it all together anyway, so it doesn't matter. That kind of bothers me. But yeah, we spent 6 days in the Middle East, and there'll be a group of us. I mean, I do want to go on my own at some point. I'm going to at some point. But I'm going to go on a trip because, a trip opportunity came up with a couple of my friends. And I mean, it gives me a chance to support my friends and also travel together in a real cool country. So we'll be spending 6 days in the Middle East. Again, I'm not going to say where. I'm going to keep that a surprise for those who don't know. Check out, again, rosstravelsofficial on Instagram. You guys will know. And I mean, I'm not good at keeping secrets, so you'll find out eventually. But I'm going to hold on to that one for a while. I'm going to hold on to that one. Actually, less than a month I'll be there. Less than a month on September 27th. Okay, I'm giving dates. Don't track me down, please. But you can follow along on Instagram, rosstravelsofficial. Just don't track me down. And not that anyone's going to go anyway. But but yeah, September 27th, Middle East. I'm pumped. 6 days. And again, it'll be a group of us. I think it's 8 of us total. So excited. I'm so excited. I mean, you guys are in for a treat. You guys are in for a treat because no one goes to these places. And again, it just fascinates me. And so anyway, so we'll go from there. Beginning of October, I fly all the way over to Africa. We're going to Morocco. Okay, shout out to Zoe and company. If you guys don't know Zoe, get to know her. And hey, shout out to Shark. Hope all is well. Yeah, I am not in Malaysia. Shout out to Shark though. Shout out to Shark and shout out to Malaysia. I am not in Malaysia, but another Malaysia video is coming out on Wednesday, so stay tuned. Maybe 2 videos next week. Hold up. Let's not go crazy. Okay, I'm behind. I'm 2 weeks behind, so that's. But we're gonna have 2 videos next week. So shout out. We're getting ourselves together, and but no, I'm not Malaysia Shark. But shout out to Malaysia, and where was I? Africa. Yes, I will be shooting over to Africa, Morocco. Going to Morocco with Zoe. Oh right, if you guys don't know Zoe, check out the Bali series. I know some of you guys have already seen it, but my Bali series was it last year? It was last year. Last year in. End of July and early August. I did 10 days in Bali with Zoe. It was her first group trip. Shout out to Zoe. Travel with Zoe on Instagram, by the way. She has no idea I'm saying this. She doesn't know I'm live. She's not watching any of this. But we do communicate, every now and then. And she's real cool. She's based out of the UK. Her first group trip was in Bali, and so I joined that along with, how was it, 12, 13 of us? It was a lot of us. And 19? No. Anyway. I think it was about 12 of us, and it's going to be 20 on the next one. So her second group trip is in Morocco. It happened to be around this area this time that I'm traveling. I've never been to Africa, so let's go. Like, again, that's how my mind works. It just, I can do it. I would support my friends. Big group trip, new country. Yeah, let's do it. And continent as well. I'm pumped for Morocco. It includes, staying the night in the Sahara Desert. I mean, come on. That alone, that's just the first one of many in this, 9-10 day trip. Staying overnight in the Sahara Desert, hot air balloon and dune buggies, Moroccan food. Just staying overnight in local places. What are we talking about? This is a no-brainer. This is really cool. And again, it's with, it's with Zoe. She's hosting this group trip again, 10 days. In Morocco, and that'll get me to the middle of October, and this is where the fun part happens. And I might give away the destination, but this is where the no money challenge happens. This is when we go to Europe. Okay, I've got everything's booked up, everything's planned. The video is done. Again, it's gonna edit it, but I want to do it in order. I got 3, 4, 5, 6 more Malaysian videos somewhere in there. It's a big range, but somewhere in there. And I want to do them in order because then it'll be too scattered and it'll bother me. But yeah, after Morocco, middle of October, going to Europe, and that's when we start the No Money Challenge. I'm so excited. You guys have heard me talk ad nauseum about the No Money Challenge since February. That's when it kind of was a thought. End of January, beginning of February. That's when it kind of was a thought, and I gave some context. And again, Instagram, rosstravelsofficial on Instagram. You would have seen all this, and yeah, I'm pumped. Where I got this idea from, I got it from Simon Wilson. He's from Wales, Welsh YouTuber. Super cool. This guy. He's absolutely hilarious, and he's kind of his main message for that is you know, uh, just to kind of see the good in people. I mean, that's kind of what I say, but he said it differently. I forgot exactly what how he said it, but along those lines. Along those lines, like he wants to see the good in people, the good in strangers, because like we see everything on the news and yada yada yada. I mean, I haven't watched the news in years, and I know it's a little controversial. Highly recommend you guys too. Yeah, I highly recommend you guys to do too, because personally for me, it's just depressing. It's just depressing. It's not going to make you go anywhere. It's not going to make you see the world. It's just going to make you stay at home and be depressed and worried about going outside. So I just, it's a hot take. I get it. It's controversial. I don't mean it to be controversial. It's just my personal outlook. And it just takes that portion out of my head, because that's just enough to deal with alone. And it's just so much good that you can see when you go see it yourself. And you go experience it yourself, and you go to another country. Oh, actually, hey, France is not that bad. They told me not to go on the news, but France is not that bad. They got some good food. Oui. Je m'appelle Ross. It's just that's his message. That's his message. And so Simon's done a lot of these challenges. He's done his first ever challenge was Amsterdam to Barcelona with no money. Shark, I know you had a comment. I'll get to that in a second. Don't worry. He did Amsterdam to Barcelona with no money. This was 8 years ago now. It was a while ago. And he was actually working in what was he working? Real estate. He was working in real estate. Like, he wasn't even thinking about making videos. But he always kind of had a side passion of like creation, just like video editing or something like that. He did not think he was going to be a YouTuber, but his friend Jason had challenged him to that channel. Like, he's done he started the channel after he got out of real estate. He had his channel for, actually, I don't know how long it was. It wasn't that long. But his friend Jason was like, okay, you've done enough traveling. You think you've got, some tricks and whatnot. I'm going to challenge you to get from Amsterdam to Barcelona with no money in 7 days. And he was like, all right. And so that's where the No Money Challenge kind of series and things started. And since then, it's gone. It's blown up. It's blown up. He's done all kinds of different stuff as well. Like, he's done different side trips and whatever. But as far as the No Money Challenge, that was the first one he's done. And he's done, little smaller trips like that. He did Australia. He did the US as well. He did New York to LA with no money. He actually did it, and it was crazy. There was no time limit on that. I think he did it in around 40 days, I believe it was. Crazy. So again, Simon Wilson didn't ask me to say this. He didn't ask me to do the challenge. It's just an inspirational thing. But go check out Simon Wilson's channel. Hilarious. This dude is so funny. And he's super authentic. Like, he's not like this cinematic YouTuber. And there's nothing wrong with it. Like, there's nothing wrong with cinematic YouTubers. But it just feels more authentic when he just the way he creates it. It's just simple. His edits are pretty basic. That's the kind of stuff I like. I do like cinematic YouTubers as well. So I'm not taking any shots. But just the way, as a traveler, as a vlogger, the way he did it, it was cool. And he's done like standalone cities too. He's done like 3 days in Dublin with no money. 2 days in Paris with no money. He did Israel a while ago. No one cancel me. A while ago. But and listen, it's a YouTube. I gotta, I don't need to say it, but I gotta say it for the sake of everybody. And just to be clear, I don't want to get canceled. We love everybody. That's just how I see things. Not everyone agrees. But he did do Israel. This was 5 years ago, 6 years ago. And yeah, but the thing that got me was when he did Simon Wilson's Rat Race. That was the thing that got me. And so if you guys haven't checked out that series, go check that out as well. I think he did that 3 years after his first challenge. And he set up the No Money Challenge, and he had like contestants come on. It was like kind of like The Amazing Race in a way. It's a short little, not short, but it's a solid 6 video series. Go check that out. But it was cool to see like fans of his, or like, fans of his or followers of his or whatever, do the challenges themselves. And they had like, they had 5 different, camera people following them around individually, and they had to get from the Netherlands to I forgot where the end was. I think it was Monaco. And it was just it was cool. It was cool. So anyway, so that was the inspiration. That's the inspiration of the No Money Challenge and the Rat Race. Seeing other people do it because of him was like, yeah, let's give this a shot. Whether I succeed or not, that remains to be seen. So, pencil in the middle of October. That will be a daily vlog, by the way. That will be a daily vlog. I'm giving away too much information, but that's gonna be a daily vlog, 7 days, no money. I'm gonna be starting my challenge. I'm also gonna be starting in Amsterdam, but I'm gonna be going Eastern Europe. I'm not gonna say where because I want to keep it I can't give everything away, people. I can't give everything away, and the live streams are for sometimes exclusive access, if you will, but. Yeah, I'm not going to give it away. I'm not going to give it away. Not yet. But I have been posting some teasers and stuff on Instagram. Again, rosstravelsofficial. And, some people have picked up on it. So, but the announcement video is filmed. It's got to be edited, but it'll be up in a couple of weeks. And, yeah, it's cool. So, okay, let's see. Let's get some comments in here. I've talked way too much. Let's see. Shark, you're living your best life, Ross. I'm here for it. Appreciate it. Pumped for the travel videos. Yeah, see, okay, hold on. Wait to see. I waited too long to read this. What do we, Ross? Come on, man. I waited too long to read this. Okay. That's what I'm talking about. This is what I'm to see. There's no one over here. This is the reason why. I like to build up the community. That's why I like to build up the community. It's stuff like this. So shout out to Shark. I absolutely love that. Thanks for the comment, man. Like I appreciate it. Okay, man or man, I'm not sure, but I appreciate it. Inspirational. Living it up and traveling, man. That's the goal. That's the goal, is to keep traveling the world, despite what I think about some places and how I feel about places and people and whatever. My goal is to travel every country in the world because I want to see it. I just want to see it for myself, and that is my advice to you guys. But before I do that and go off on another tangent, I got some more comments to do. He did an F1 challenge and roll the dice. Yeah, oh man, those roll the dice ones are fun. Those roll the dice videos are fun because it's like, where's he gonna go? Where's he gonna go next? Like, is he gonna be in Dubai tomorrow, or is he gonna be in New Zealand? I don't know. It's just really cool. Or I think he did. There's one video where he was in like Egypt, and then he did was it somewhere in France? I think I don't remember, but. I love Simon Wilson, dude. He's just such a funny dude, and he's just so down to earth. Like he's not like some mega massive he's just cool. And he just films it, and that's it. So, and just his interactions with people, hilarious, absolutely hilarious. I think he did a train in Kazakhstan. Oh. The interactions on there are just so fun. Like he'll just be rolling up on people and be like, "Hey, how's it going?" Like coming up with conversations and stuff. That's the inspiration. Like that's inspirational right there. So that's what gets me to be a little bit more outgoing personally. Believe it or not, I'm an introverted kind of guy. Not that anybody believes it, but I am an introverted guy. Like it just, I was even at Walmart. I'm actually going to talk about this. I was at Walmart earlier today, and I'm in a college town. I'm not going to say what college town, but I'm in a college town, and they had a game tonight, and after work today, I was like, okay, let me go to Walmart and get a couple of things before I come back to the hotel. And it was just like college kids everywhere. And for some reason, I don't know what it is. Like when I'm out in the world traveling places, big crowd. It's not a big crowd kind of thing because I go to concerts and stuff all the time. Like, hey, shout out to Coldplay, best band in the world, best concerts. No one does it any better. But I guess that's an easy one because I love the band and I'm in the same setting, but. Just like concerts don't really bother me. I don't know. Like planes, they don't bother me. Airports don't bother me. But it's just for some reason, college towns like make me nervous. And I was actually going to talk about this on the stream today anyway. So we're just going to get right into it. But I don't know. And it's just relative to travel. And I'm going to get to that in a minute. But I don't know. I just felt weird. Like it was just college kids, and there's nothing wrong with them. Like nothing happened. It's just like. I don't know. I just felt weird. Like it's just, I don't know. It's weird. It's weird. It's kind of hard to explain. I'm trying to spit it out, but I can't. But for some reason in college towns, I get nervous, really nervous, especially when I'm like on campuses. If I'm working around campuses, or if I'm going to a store or a shop around campus, and it's like, do I belong here? Do I fit in with these guys? It's so stupid. It's stupid. But it's weird. Like it's very weird. But if I'm out in the world somewhere, which I'm technically in the world in the States, but if I'm out in a different country, like I just feel better. I don't know. And that's not like a US thing, specifically. It's just, I'm from here. But it's just whenever I leave my home country, I'm pretty sure a lot of other people feel the same way from other countries too. Like someone from France feel the same way. Folks from Ireland feel the same way. It's not just the States, but I'm from here. And so in this case, it just when I leave here, like I don't know. I just feel better. It's kind of hard to explain. So, but it's just little things like that for no reason at all. For no reason at all. The college thing, the college towns thing. That's I don't know. I still can't figure that one out. But it's I don't know. It's weird. But I wanted to talk about that. I say that because I was actually talking to my dad last night, and I got some comments coming up. Be sure I don't miss these. Shark, yeah, I'm in North Florida. I'm in Florida. I'm in North Florida. I'm not going to say exactly where because I don't need anyone to track me down. Not that you guys will. But who knows? Who knows? But I'm in North Florida at the moment. I'm here for work, so I'm not going to be here too long. But I'm in North Florida. Oh yeah, we got a comment here. We got college down, the college age group kind of closed down. Yeah. I think that's what it is. There we go. Okay, that's it right there. It's just, and I think because too, and I'm pretty sure a lot of people know this, but for anyone who's new or has followed the channel over some time, I didn't go to college. So that probably is another reason. But yeah, just like, Latchy said, I don't know if you want your name all over the internet, so I'm not going to say it, but your real name, I'll say. But, yeah, that's just, it's exactly how it is. You feel a little more open, people in the world is open to everyone. Yeah, exactly. Beautifully said. That's perfect. I think that's just how it is. And with me not going to college, as well is, that probably plays a factor. So it's like when, okay, shout out to Renee. Okay. I didn't know. I didn't want to just be throwing your name out there on it. It also has, by the way, Renee's got a YouTube channel as well. So go shoot over to Renee's channel, check it out, follow, subscribe, do whatever you need to do, turn on notifications, everything. Do it all. She's got some good stuff. And, but I didn't know if you wanted me just like throwing your name out in the world. So, but yeah, shout out to Renee. But yeah, me not going to college, I think that has a role in it. But it's weird. It's weird because I'll go out to Melbourne or wherever. I go out to Melbourne, for example. I'll stay in a hostel where it's similar crowds, and it's fine. Well, kind of. Okay, hostels, they don't freak me out. I think it used to be worse when I first started traveling a handful of years ago. I just didn't know anything. And anything about anything, different crowds and places, I didn't know anything. And this was 4 years ago now. And I think that kind of plays a role in it as well. But at the same time, now I'm thinking about it, it's like, okay, you got a college town, you got people that are here to go to school and or play sports or whatever, scholarships or whatever. And then you got the difference between hostels where you got travelers. And that's where my life is. That's where my life lies. It relies in the world. And I think, like Renee said, you just feel a little bit more open. You feel a little bit more like, and when this is what you do, it's kind of easy just to get comfortable with it. Whereas for me, who didn't go to college, I get worried about being in a college town. Not that anything's going to happen. It's just being around a different, younger crowd that's like me. And I don't know. It's weird. It's weird, but it is the same way for like people. If I went down to Walmart and took one of those college kids and took them traveling to Malaysia, and to to Kuala Lumpur, and say, hey, we're gonna stay in a 10-person hostel, a 10-room hostel, it's probably gonna be the same thing. Actually, it most likely will be the same thing if they're so used to going to college, but they're not used to traveling. And I take them out to Malaysia or somewhere in the world, and we stay in a huge hostel. They're gonna be like, what is going on? So just comparing the two. So that's what it is. And but I say all that to say, again, I was talking to my dad, and he actually kind of recommended me talk about this. I was gonna make a video, but we'll do it on the live stream. Why not? And he was just saying that we talked about a lot of things. This would be a pretty broad example, broad topic, but I think a lot of folks, especially here in the States, and not that it doesn't happen anywhere else, but again, I'm from here. I know how we operate here in the States. We don't go anywhere. We don't go anywhere. We'll go to Mexico. We'll go to UK. We'll go to some places that are pretty popular. You're not getting a lot of Americans that are going to Uzbekistan. So it's like, but I think long-term travel too freaks the hell out of people, and it's not the only way of travel. There's no right or, again, I said this in my, I said this in a couple of videos. I think in my seasonal work video and then some other videos as well. There is no right or wrong way to travel. I think you just have to, but I recommend you just got to do it. You got to do it if you're thinking about it. And what, as for all my travelers out there, you just got to do it. You got to do it, And I can't tell you the amount of times I get questions on Instagram and personal messages, text messages, and whatever. And they're like, Ross, you're still in Australia. How'd you do that? How do you do that? And you've been gone for so long. It looks like you're living your best life. I get comments on Instagram and whatever. And it's just like, again, me as a traveler, that's what I like to do. So it's easy for me to say, but I've been on the other side because here in the States, it's a very like cookie cutter kind of lifestyle for most of it, not all of us, but for most of us. And that's just how we're growing up. That's how we're growing up. It's what I call the American stigma. And again, other countries got the same version of this, but I'm not from other countries, so I can't really. But here, it's just how you're brought up. It's just kind of the norm, where it's like you go to school and you go all through high school and you graduate high school, then you have to go to college and you got to get a degree, and then you got to get some good paying job, or else you're gonna fail. And it's just you get a mortgage, and you get this massive house and this great mega car and 401ks and all that kind of stuff. You got to put stuff away, and then you got have a bunch of kids and retire and die. That's the American stigma, with a little asterisk on there, because not everybody does that, but that's overall, it's how it is. And it's just like breaking away from that and being a full-time traveler. It's just like foreign to some people. It's foreign to some people. I get it. It's like, well, I've got to leave the comfort of my own home, with the comfort of my own country, and go somewhere else and pray. It's not. That's dramatic, but that's what people think about. They're like, okay, well, if I'm going to go for a long time, how do I support myself? And that's fair. That's fair. Like, it's if you're not a citizen from there, you can't just like. I get it. You can't just like roll up to Australia and be like, all right, I want a job. There's more stuff that goes into it. So I get it. But I say all that to say, there are ways. There are different ways. I spent 2 years in Australia, and I went on the working holiday visa. Got a 3-part series on that for anyone who's interested in that. That one specifically, Australia's got all kinds of visas for everybody, but this one, I think this one's for like nomads and travelers and stuff like that. And basically that visa, how I like to say it, is a way you can you're like a temporary resident. That one in particular, that one is ages 18 through 35. 18 through 30 for U.S. citizens. So anyone who's over that, I apologize. Anyone who's under that, well, you shouldn't be watching this live stream because I didn't set it to that setting. But they got other visas, like skilled visas. That's for everybody, sponsorship and stuff like that. So there are ways to go on. Even if you just go somewhere for 30 days, it's just, yeah, I don't know. I'm going off of what I was going to say. I'll come back to that. But what I was saying earlier in the stream was going out and seeing some stuff, like actually going out and seeing some stuff. And it's easy to judge. It's easy to judge and be like, someone comes up to you, hey, let's go to India. I don't want to go to India. There's scammers and all sorts of kind of stuff and horrible food and whatever. And it's just like, that's just not, I haven't been to India, but it's on my list. It's on my list, and it's towards the top. I can tell you right now that just laying it out like that, cut and dry, that's not true. That's not true. It's just not. It's just, and it's easy to say that, but then it's like, well, have you gone there? And if they say no, I don't want to talk to you. I mean that respectfully, but it's like, I don't know. That's just kind of how I think now. It's like, when I tell people my travel plans, like, yeah, I'm going to freaking Uzbekistan. They're like, oh my God, Uzbekistan's a third world country and they're going to get kidnapped, whatever. It's like, well, have you been? No, I don't want to talk to you. Like I want to go and see it, and it's just crazy because that stuff can happen anywhere. I'm not going to get too deep into that because whatever, but that stuff can happen anywhere. Like if that happened in the U.S. and then what are you going to say? Cool, it's fine, because come on, I just don't think that's cool. So, again, it's just, that's my personal outlook on it, and it's like when you go out and see something, and then you come back and go, I don't really like that country. Okay, fine, that's different. You went to go see it. You went to go experience it. For me, for example, I don't necessarily have a country that I didn't like, There might be some places that I probably wouldn't go again. I mean, if I did, then whatever. But like, I don't have any countries that I just don't like. But there are some places where I'm like, okay, yeah, once was good and it's fine. But like Bali, for example, sure, I'm gonna go to Bali again. But like, am I clamoring to go to Bali every 2 weeks? No. It's just one of those places where it's like I don't need to go to Bali. Now, for all my Australians out there, I get why you do it. As I call it, Australia 2.0. It's right there. I mean, it's right. I mean, unless you're on the west side, on the east side of the country. But if you're in Perth, 3.5 hours, you're in a new country. I mean, come on. Like, it's easy. It's easy and it's cheap. It's stupid cheap. So I get it. But like, I've been to Bali. I liked it. I'm gonna go again, but I'm not like clamoring to go back. And so it's just I don't know. It's just I don't know. I've got too much going in my mind right now, and it's a bad habit of mine. I just fire off on all cylinders because I don't want to forget anything, and it's a bad habit. You guys know this already, but that's just how I think. That's how my brain thinks, and so that's why I just like to go and see stuff, and that's why I encourage people to just go and just see it. Just see it, I'm not telling you to be like me and go to every country in the world and do all this other kind of stuff, live overseas for 2 years. You don't have to do all that. But I do encourage people to just try, period. Whether it's, hey, you're in the U.S., go shoot down to Mexico for 5 days. That's going to cost you next to nothing to be there. And, that's basically our version of Bali. As Australia's version of Bali. In Mexico, right there. It's right there. It's cheap, great street tacos. It's phenomenal. I've been twice. No, once. I've been to Cabo. No one judge me. I know it's Cabo. I know it's in Baja, California. I get it. But yeah, I mean, great street tacos, cheap. I mean, come on, man. Like, So I encourage people to just get out and just travel, just go and see it, or just be sure I didn't miss anything. Yeah, no worries, Renee. It was all good. But yeah, that's really the thing. But it does come with some challenges, man. It does come with some challenges. Like it does come with some times where it's like, do I come back to my home country? Do I maneuver to a different city? Do I, whatever the situation is. Like, I mean, for me, this didn't really happen in Australia. I'm pretty lucky to say that. I've had some stressful days and some stressful moments, but it wasn't like here. I don't know. I'm not gonna get into it, but I've had some stressful times in Australia, and it wasn't that monumental, but it's just like, okay, well, do I move to a different city? Do I change jobs and try and find something closer to the ocean? If I'm in the outback or vice versa, do I try some outback work if I'm over Byron Bay? It's just little things like that, and but it does come with some challenges where it's like, okay, you got to make decisions on the fly because you're a nomad. You can't just like, you don't have a house in Melbourne, so you can't just go home and sort it out. You're a backpacker. So it's, if you're not liking the job you're at, okay, do I maneuver? Do I go somewhere else? Is it going to pay well? Is it going to have the same cool people that I've met here? And normally it's not the people. The people is what make the job great. But I mean, again, it's just little things like that, little decisions, whatever. But I think the more you travel, especially all my backpackers out there, they get it. All my backpackers out there, they get it. They understand that these decisions come on the fly, or sometimes they will be on the fly, and sometimes you got some time to plan it out and whatever. But it does come with some stuff like that. Sometimes you might not make friends right away. Australia is 1,000,000 miles from everywhere, besides Indonesia, and New Zealand, and so it can be kind of isolating. Sometimes you just don't click with everybody. You might be in that hostel room. You might be in that 10-person or 8-person or 4-person hostel room, and they don't really communicate all that much. They're not really friendly. They're pretty closed off. You never know. And so, I know traveling comes off as like this great thing and nothing ever goes wrong. It definitely does. It definitely does. It's not always like life-changing, life-threatening, this big monumental. It's just like some little things. But then when you're on the other side of the world, for example, it might feel like, all right, well, I can't just like, you can't go home, but I can't, it's not just down the street. So, but that's the kind of things that come with travel that no one really talks about. People talk about it, but they talk about the regular stuff, But those are just like some examples right there. Again, I have been pretty lucky to not have that many moments. I think overall, in my 19 months in Australia, I had if we're just counting total, maybe a week's worth of stress. a week. That's it. Like, and I'm talking about like different moments, like a day here and a couple hours here, like all that together, maybe a week's worth of stress, and the way Australia is set up and the way their infrastructure and their lifestyle, stuff like that is set up, I could have done that a long time ago. But anyone who didn't realize what just happened, I just lifted up my chair. I didn't realize it came up that high. Anyway, so I get distracted very easily. But the lifestyle in Australia is great. The lifestyle is great. The food, phenomenal, absolutely phenomenal. It is just, it's great. That's all I'm going to say. I'm not going to get into it because, I know talking about food here and talking about food in other countries, whatever, it can get into this big ordeal, and it just doesn't need to be like that. But I can confidently say that the food in Australia, so much better than here. It's so much better than here. So much healthier than here. There's not all that extra stuff in there and all this other whatever. It just makes you feel good even when you don't eat great. Like you can have a whole pack of Tim Tams and feel fine. It's just Now the food in the States, don't get me wrong. It may be supremely unhealthy, but boy, a large pizza from Papa John's it is tip top. So I am not really throwing that much shade, but just. But I've got Little Caesars pizza in the fridge. Little Caesars is absolute garbage, but boy, it's good. It's good. And the breadsticks, sign me up. And it's cheap for $3. Oh yeah. See, now we're talking. But see, now I'm getting distracted. I'm getting distracted by food. Stay over there. There's no one over there. But yeah. Sorry, folks. I'm a little delusional. I'm sorry. I know you guys are like, what the hell is going on with this man? It's been a while since I've done a live stream, and there's just so much to talk about and so much I've got on my mind. I don't like to leave anything out. That's why my videos are always so long, and it's just cool to kind of connect with the guy. We're almost an hour in. This is crazy. It's wild. Appreciate all of you guys for sticking around, by the way. I normally say it a couple, 2, 3, 4 times in the stream. I normally try and pause and appreciate whatever. But I've been rambling because I'm so excited for what's coming and ideas, and I like to get stuff out so people know, they know. And so I love it. I absolutely love it. I'll talk for a while. Any questions you've got, if you have any, put them down in the comment section. Just want to be sure I didn't miss anything. No, I did. And so I've rambled on for long enough. If you guys got anything that you want to add, or you got questions on, how is this in this place? How do you find flights? How do you put them down? Put them down there. Until then, I'll fill in some more time. But again, just to kind of wrap a bow on that, I want everyone to see the world, or at least go out and see some things, plural. Okay. For all my U.S. people, I know it's easy to just go down to Mexico and call it good. Okay, I've seen the world. No, you haven't. Okay, but that sounds really mean. I don't mean it like that. But and another thing I will add on that too, and I know I got a question that I'll get to in a minute. One thing I will add is I know people have obligations. That's a big thing that comes up. Well, Ross, I can't just leave tomorrow like you. I understand that. I used to be there. It took me years to start traveling outside of the country. And so I do want to add that in there. I don't want to forget about it because I don't want to be, I don't want to be that guy. You can leave tomorrow. I know people got obligations and stuff going on, and sometimes you need to ramp up a plan. I was lucky enough when I found the working holiday visa. From the time I found it to the time I moved to Australia, it was about 7 months. That's a pretty quick turnaround. But it wasn't like, okay, I'm leaving next week. So I get it. I understand. I just want to be sure I add that out, put that in there so people know that I'm not just telling you that you can just leave tomorrow and whatever. It's, if you can do it, great. But I know some people, they've got jobs, they have obligations. Sometimes some people have kids, some people have got fur babies, some people dogs and cats, and you never know. So everyone's different. Everyone's got stuff going on in their life. They can't just drop everything and just pack everything into a backpack and a duffel bag and call it good. I get it. So I always like to throw that in there just to be sure people know and understand. I understand. But what I am telling you is that it's possible. And it's possible in a fairly quick amount of time if you want it to, but it doesn't need to be, tomorrow. But these things are possible. You can go out and travel long periods of time with not a lot of money, by the way. That's another thing that I want to bring up. I'm going to get into this question here, and then I'll come back to kind of how you can travel and stuff not without money, but I say that ironically as I do a no money challenge in a couple of months, but like not without a lot of money. Like you don't need, 15 grand to be like, okay, I'm comfortable, You can travel, like, I mean, listen, if you take 1,000 USD, minus flights, you pay for your flights, to Australia, and all right, let's pick somewhere close. Let's pick somewhere closer. Let's just do Bulgaria. Okay, Bulgaria. I know it's random, but Bulgaria is fairly cheap, and it's an Eastern European country, and it's really cool. Haven't been there yet. I'm gonna go though. But I have met some people from Bulgaria in person. I've heard a lot of good things about Bulgaria. So I picked that. I just chose that because it's closer. So you want to go to Bulgaria. Yeah, I mean, you could, pay for your flights to go to Bulgaria. It shouldn't really be that expensive from the States, especially if you go from the east side, probably JFK. Take out flights, take out travel insurance and whatever, and you take 1,000 USD over to Bulgaria. You could be cool for, I'm going to guesstimate because it's Eastern Europe. It's not necessarily Southeast Asia. But Eastern Europe, $1,000 in Bulgaria, comfortably. Well, it depends on what kind of traveler you are too. Like if you're a luxurious traveler, I mean, a grand's not going to do anything for you. But if you're a middle of the road backpacker or a middle of the road traveler or a budget traveler like I am, $1,000 USD can get you maybe a couple of weeks in Bulgaria if you kind of stretch it, budget accommodations and public transit and stuff like that. Even middle of the road travelers, like hotel people, rental car people, that could still get you a solid 7 days in Bulgaria, I would say. Confidently, I would say. So it just, and it sounds like a lot, but it just, I don't know. I mean, Southeast Asia, don't even get me started with Southeast Asia. And I'm not going to get started with Southeast Asia because I got questions. So let me get to them before I go off again. I'll get back to Southeast Asia because it's extremely cheap. I talked about it earlier in the screen. For anyone who's joining, by the way, appreciate it. I know a lot of people have been popping in and out, by the way. I appreciate you guys for popping in and out. Some people, just have time to pop in for 5 minutes, 2 seconds. Some people have been here for almost the whole thing. I appreciate all of you guys. It doesn't matter if it's 2 seconds or 2 minutes, 5 minutes. It's all good. It's all love. Some people got work. Some people are over on the other side of the world tuning in, so I appreciate that too. And let me go down a little bit. Okay, there we go. And so I appreciate that. Let me put that in there. Right. What are a couple of good things you want to bring with you? Yeah. Okay. Good question. What are a couple go-to things you always have to bring with you? That also just kind of depends on the kind of. It's kind of funny. I was just talking about the kind of travel, the type of travel that you are. I mean, essentials. Actually, I got one. Let's go get it. Exclusive access. I like this. This is an essential right here. You guys want to pick up one of these when you're traveling. These right here. This is a power adapter, a universal power adapter. It's got everywhere on here. It's got, the whole world in your hands. Talk about the whole world in your hands. You literally have it. So you've got, hold on, let's give you guys a little unboxing, if you will. You got the EU, okay, you got a little Europe. So if you ever go over to Europe, you're going over to Poland or Germany or whatever, they got these little sockets. UK's got a different one, but France, use these. You plug that in, and then you got all your other stuff on this side. So if I'm going, hold on. Example. This plug right here. This is my iPad plug. This is an Australian plug right here. It's got the little curves in here. I know it looks a little bit funny to my US crowd. They're probably like, where'd you get that? Got that in Australia. When I bought the iPad that I'm live streaming on. Let's give you a little demonstration. This stuff is cheap on Amazon too. This is maybe $10. $10 on Amazon. I would highly recommend getting a pretty solid one. I mean, you can still get a pretty good durable one for less than $15 on Amazon. Like it's easy. It's so easy. So anyway, so to charge my iPad, for example, I mean, it's kind of funny that I have to use the US function for this, but to pop out, you've got 4. Hold on. I'm going too fast. You got EU here. You got US there. All right. For my non-US people, I think UK for this one, is it? No, Australia. So you got the Australia converter, the curved ones. And then I think this one's UK. Yeah, it is. Yeah, you got UK, which is kind of funny looking. Yeah, there we go. We got that. So you got literally the whole world in your hands. It's kind of funny if I have to do this reverse for Australia, or for the US here. But I got to pop out my US thing, chuck that into a wall. You take the Australia part, which you also have Australia here. Yeah, US here, Australia here. You got Europe down here. And and then you've got the UK right here as well. You got the two circles there, then you've also got lines down here. So that's the European one and the UK one, and then the little thingy. Take your Australia plug it in, boom, take the US part, bam, you're charging. So this is a big essential for mine while traveling, just for simple power. Because the last thing you want to do is go to a new country and be like, right, I got US plugs in Japan. Great. You know, you don't want to fall off the face of the earth technology wise. So and also with this one too, you got some stuff down here. So you got USB-C here. I charge up my watch and whatever else USB-C stuff, and you got 3 USB plugs. You love to see it. So I mean, this is a pretty fancy one, but I highly recommend it just so that you don't run out of options. And for someone who's got a laptop and an iPad and a watch and phone and stuff, it's brilliant. So this is a big travel essential. Another travel essential that I've got on my desk. This was not planned. One of these for my Apple users, but even my Android users as well. This also does work with Android. This is a MagSafe wireless charger. I use this for like emergencies, and I mean with my phone, I record a lot of stuff on my phone. I mean, you know, when I'm out traveling, when you're out trying to film stuff for a whole day, even if you're not a creator, even if you just go out and take pictures and stuff. If you're out in, you know, Corfu or out in Greece for 12 hours trying to just soak in the sun, palm trees in the sunshine, I mean, your phone's gonna die. And if you're miles away from the hotel or whatever, pop one of these bad boys on, give you a little demonstration, okay? Pop this on, MagSafe, pop it on, bam, you're charging. So this stuff is really cool. This one is a little more expensive, but it's worth it. Slamming my phone down. Power banks is another good one. Actually, my mom got me a, hold on. I gotta show you this. This is cool. It's not just any old power bank, trust me. And we'll get into some non-technology examples as well. But since I've got all this stuff lined up here, because I'm just working on the video, my mom got me this portable charger. Look at this. I mean, this looks like legit. This is cool. But you're probably wondering, Ross, it's just any old travel power adapter, to go whatever you call it. I'm too excited. I can't speak English. This, ladies and gentlemen, up at the top, that's a solar panel. Well, not a panel, but it's a solar thing. It's a solar block. I don't know. Would you call this a panel? That's not a panel. Is that a panel? When I think of solar panels, I'm thinking like the huge. This is a solar section. You throw this bad boy in the sun. You don't need cords. Well, you need cords to plug in your phone. But to charge this, throw it in the sun. Perfect. You know, if you're on that long overnight bus. If you're on an all-day bus in Spain and your stuff is dying and the outlets on the bus are not working, throw us in the sun. Perfect. And that's a little fun stuff on here as well. You got a little flashlight on here. I forgot to turn it on, but that's okay. Yeah, here we go. Oh, that's the power to the. Hey, turn on the flashlight. Anyway, there's a flashlight. Oh, there we go. Hey, there we go. There's a flashlight on here. Okay, this is like legit. This is cool. Anyway, shout out to my mom for this. This is really cool. But I mean, just power banks in general, it's just good just to have one. At least this one is like super legit. This is cool. I love that. But yeah, those are some of the electronic examples. I know that was a really long-winded answer. I'm sorry, but it's just, again, I don't like to leave any stones left unturned. I like to give you guys the information. There's no gatekeeping on here. But yeah, those are some of the electronic examples. I'm trying to think of like other examples that you guys don't already know. Like obviously like toiletries. Like we all know, okay, you need toiletries. I don't know. Like it just, I mean, from that, it just depends on the traveler. Like those are essential things. But everything else, I would say, it just depends on you. Like, you know, if you're a more luxurious traveler, you're probably gonna be packing more things, which stresses me out. But you're probably packing more things and more luggages and suit. I mean, luggages. I don't do luggages anymore. I can't do luggages anymore. It stresses me out personally. Even like carry-on luggages, I can't do it. But that's me as a backpacker saying that. But people going out for a week, okay, fine. You know, So that's why I say it depends on the traveler. Hopefully that makes sense. I know, again, long-winded answer. I apologize. We got some more stuff in here. I don't want to. Let's see. We have been planning our first trip for a year now. Everything takes time to plan, but the key is, yeah, it's possible. That's it. That's it. Yeah, like you just got to go for it. You got to go for it. You know. I'm surprised I'm an hour and 10 minutes in, and I haven't mentioned this guy yet. Timothy Ward, my guy. I probably say him in almost every video, and I know some people might get annoyed. He is the number one reason why I even live this lifestyle. He's the reason. I mean, I found him on YouTube in 2017. So I was a junior in high school, which I know I make that sound like it was 30 years ago. It was 2017, but I was a junior in high school, and I watched Tim. I saw his videos, and he was doing seasonal work around the states, and I was like, man, this is really cool. Like, and I was kind of following along. I was following closely, but I wasn't like super invested because I was still going to school and I didn't know what I wanted to do. My senior year was coming up, and yeah. But once I got to my senior year, I'm like, okay, now it's time to figure out what am I going to do after school. And yeah, he's the reason why I got into seasonal work. And because again, like I said earlier in the stream, I didn't go to college. I decided not to go to college, and you know, it's a very not popular choice, at least here in the States. I don't know about any other country. I couldn't tell you because I don't live there, obviously. But I think it's becoming more common now. But back, you know, handful of years ago, two decades ago, it's just not common to not go to college. You know, it's the big thing where it's like, if you don't go to college, you're gonna fail at life and be miserable. That's not true. But I get why. I mean, I kind of understand why, and I think too, because it's just like, you know, your folks and the people close to you and your parents and whatever, they want to look out for you. They want to be sure you're successful. Who doesn't? So I get it. But anyway, I didn't go to college. And you know, famous last words. I'm going to take a gap year, and I had something kind of lined up. I don't know if I told the story, but I had something kind of lined up, you know, with scholarship and everything. But they got back to me super late. It was like, and it was an out-of-state college, and it was like 2, maybe 3 weeks before classes started. I was like, I guess that's too quick. That's too quick. I can't make that move across halfway across the country in a couple of weeks, you know. And so I'm like, all right, famous last words. Gonna take a gap year. Gonna take a gap year. And so I'm like, well, I've got a year on my hands. What am I gonna do? And I remember Tim. Okay, this man keeps talking about seasonal work. He keeps talking about seasonal work. Let's see what he's talking about. And I hopped on coolworks.com. #coolworks. I love coolworks. It's amazing. And so I hopped on Coolworks, kind of scrolling through summer jobs, stuff like that. And I found this gig in North Dakota. And from then, that was April of 2020 of all times. You know, a month after the world shut down. But it was also North Dakota. Nothing's going on in North Dakota. So it's kind of funny. But yeah, I found that gig, and I did 5 months out in North Dakota. And since then, I was like, okay, well, I've got the winter to deal with now, because obviously, like, the whole year, it's only half a year. So I went on course again, found a gig at a Big Sky ski resort over in Montana. So I worked a ski season for, it was October, November, December, January, for 5 months. So another 5 months I worked in Montana. And since then, I was like, you know what? I like this seasonal lifestyle. And I think, and I was watching Tim along the way, and Tim actually worked in Montana too. Like, he's the reason why I was even out in Big Sky. So shout out to Tim for that. But I was like, this dude is like living the kind of life that I want to live. Like, he is not so fixated on, you know, going to work every day and you know, clocking in, clocking out. One of my things I need to trademark before someone takes it: working 9 to 5 until you're 95. I'm not working 9 to 5 until I'm 95. I'm not going to do that. Okay. I don't know. I think I just said that out of the blue one day. This was maybe a couple of years ago, and it just had a ring to it. And so I need to find a way to trademark it before someone takes it. I don't think it's been said. So I'm not going to work 9 to 5 until I'm 95. So I'm like, this is the kind of life I want to live. Just like being on the road, just nomadic, you know, just moving around, seeing different stuff, you know, working in a national park. And also, I think one of his reasonings too was instead of like going to visit these places, if you've got the time and you've got no obligations, or you even just have like a free summer or a free couple of months, even like it doesn't need to be 6 months it could be 2 months, it could be 6 weeks or whatever. I mean, you go out and work 6 weeks in Yellowstone, instead of going to visit, be paid to be there. I know it's like a very like weird way of thinking, but when he said that, I'm like, wait a minute. I've never been super fixated on national parks. I mean, I've always wanted to visit them, but I never got fixated on the history and stuff like that. It's just something I never really looked into, but I've always wanted to visit national parks. And so once I was in next to Theodore Roosevelt National Park in North Dakota, I'm like, you know what? Yeah, Tim was right. I mean, obviously he was right. He's always right. But I was like, yeah, he was right. Like, instead of, paying $1 million to go, spend a weekend in Yellowstone, be paid to be there. And it's like, yeah, it comes with work, work and, whether it's restaurants or whatever you end up working in. But on your off days and your off time and weekends and stuff, the park is outside. The park is outside your door. You might have some friends coming, you might have some deer coming up and whatever. It's just super cool. Like, it's super cool to just think about it that way. And one of my big things, and I'm pretty sure you guys know this about me if you hasn't been around the channel for a while, I just think about more than just the initial thing most times, because there's a lot of times where I'll do some spontaneous stuff and whatever, but there's just more thinking to the place I'm going, or the way I set up my trip, or the way, I just, again, I do some spontaneous things as well, but I just do that if I know I can do it and survive. So, but like, it's not really like a planning thing anymore. It used to be a big planning thing. But now, like, I've traveled a number of years and I kind of get a feel of, how to do this and how to go about this and how much time to spend here and whatever. But it's just more of, it's not so much a planning thing. It's more of just like I want to do this because I absolutely love this region and I really wanted to see it and spend some extra time here. And no one really goes here. It's just more to it than just, yeah, I'm going to go, it's just my funny way of thinking. But I lost my train of thought now, of course. I knew that was going to happen. I knew that was going to happen. But yeah, that's all I got on seasonal work. I was talking about seasonal work for some reason, and I got sidetracked. Anyway, go follow Timothy Ward. Timothy Ward on YouTube. He's the reason why I now live this nomadic lifestyle is because of him. It all started with him. So shout out to Tim. But yeah, I kind of covered a lot of things. I know I was a little scatterbrained. It's been a while since I've done a live stream, but we're gonna do more of these. I'll probably stay on for another handful of minutes. I'll probably pop off, but yeah, backpack all the way. I saw that earlier, but I forgot to comment on that. Well, I got you guys here again. A lot of people have been popping in and out. I appreciate you guys. Whether you've been here for 5 seconds, 5 minutes, 10 minutes, or half the stream, the whole stream, I appreciate it regardless. I know you guys got obligations and things, and so I appreciate it. But I want to know, since I got a few of you guys here, I want to know if you can, are you guys luggage or are you guys backpack? I hear some fireworks going off. I think the college team out here won. I'll have to look it up here in a minute, but yeah, I hear fireworks out here, so I think the college team down the street won. But I want to know, are you guys team backpack or team luggage? And when I say backpack, I mean you do get people that are like one backpack people. Like, some people could just tell with this little backpack here. With me and having my whole life with me, like literally everything I own is in this hotel room. Believe it or not, it's crazy. And half the stuff I'm going to give back because it's work related or whatever. And so I have this, and I actually bought a new bag. It's a 55-liter Patagonia duffel bag. And it actually could pass as a carry-on if you pack it tight enough. And so, yeah, that's just my way of traveling. But again, I'm a backpacker. So I want to know. I know Renee said backpack, but I want to know for you guys in the stream, are you guys team backpack or team luggage? Or team both? There are some like backpacks with with the luggage wheels on the thing. You got that too. But let me know. But I personally pick backpack because it's just a lot easier. It's a lot easier. And if you guys are like duffel bag people also passes. That's team backpack all the way. If it don't have wheels, it's a backpack. That is considered backpack. But yeah, let me know what you guys think over in the chat. Let's see, what else did I not cover? I gave out my update. Oh, my update. Oh, right, the big update. I was giving updates and I got sidetracked by motivational stuff and whatever. Yeah, after all that, for anyone who's new on the stream, you missed all of it. It's okay, because this was like further back. But yeah, after my initial 6 weeks now, 6 week trip, I'm going back to Australia. I'm going back to Australia. Shocker. I mean, it's probably not a surprise to you guys, but I'm going back to Australia. This will be the end of October. So after the No Money Challenge, I'm going to be spending a handful of more days in the end destination that I'm not going to say on the live stream. But you'll know about it here in a couple of weeks. And I'll spend a couple of extra days in the end destination. And then I'm going to fly back to Australia. This will be the last few days of October. And then we redo it all over again. We'll do it all over again. I'm pumped. I'm absolutely pumped. It's crazy because I have been back in the States for 60 days tomorrow. It's crazy. But, I mean, it's time to go. It's time to go. I mean, and not even really just for any like crazy, personal reasons. Like, again, you guys know me. I just like to move around. Like, so it doesn't matter how I feel about this place and that place and how people operate. It doesn't matter. I like to move around. I like to experience some stuff and go to a new country and spend X amount of time there. Okay, where's the next place we're going? I like that. So regardless of how I feel about whatever, I'm ready to go. I'm ready to go. And so I've got 2.5 more weeks here, I think. Yeah, I've got 18 days? 18 days left. So that's 2.5 weeks. And I'm out. When's the next time you're going to see me in the States? I don't know. Once I left in November 2023, it's gone for 2 years. I stepped foot back here in the States, and it was like reverse culture shock. It was weird, man. Like, because I flew all the way from Sydney to Los Angeles, and then Los Angeles to Atlanta, and I came back and I'm like, what are these accents? I'm not used to American accents. Like, it's weird. It's weird, man. And I mean, obviously I'm used to it now, but I don't know. I'm ready. I'm ready to go. Like, I'm itching to get out of here. And again, just because I like to move around, and I know what I've got set up. Like, I know the trips that are coming up. So, I mean, I'm ready. I'm absolutely ready. Let's see. We got some comments here. Yeah, 6 days in the U.S. I know a lot of people are gonna think we're crazy saying this, but there's 60 days in the U.S. for me, and some other people that I know. 60 days in the U.S. is way too long. It's way too long. I know I sound all dramatic and stuff when I say that, but it's too long. Now, for anyone who's not from here and like want to come over to the States and like do some big massive U.S. trip across country, don't listen to me. But for me, who is from here and have pretty much seen it all, and have been somewhere else for years and have come back just for a short time, 60 days is too much. 60 days is too much. But for anyone who's not from here, wants to come and visit the States and wants to do a cross-country trip and RV, stuff like that, I get it. So I just want to make sure that's clear so no one cancels me. Let's see. And talking about the food here. So yeah, it's actually funny. So I talked about this earlier in the stream. The food difference between Australia and the U.S. I didn't get too much into it because it can be like a real controversial thing, and I'm not trying to get. But we're going to talk about it. We'll bring it back up. Just because you asked. We did talk about it a little bit earlier in the stream, but I didn't get into too much great detail. But I'll give some examples. One example is they've got the health star rating in Australia. They got the health star rating. So on everything, even water. They'll have like, I mean, this is a US one for all my non-US folks. There'll be like a health star rating like right up in here somewhere on like an Australian water bottle. And it'll be 5 out of 5 stars because it's water. But every food item in Australia, it's got a health star rating. So like the bag of original pretzel flats, there's just the cheap version of the real thing, but they're cheaper and they're still good. So on here, I have a little health star rating down here. And for these, my guess will probably be 3 out of 5, maybe. But that's one thing that I appreciate about Australia is that they're gonna let you know how good or how shit food is. Like it's gonna let you know, hey, you can buy this whole 5-pound bag of Sour Patch, but the health star rating is 0.5 out of 5. So I like that it's, you know, I mean, it's looking out after you. It's looking out after you. So, but then again too, like the big thing for me, and if you guys, all my US people here, if you guys are somewhat sports related, if you guys know Pat McAfee is one of my favorite like sports dudes. He's got the Pat McAfee show, him and the boys. He's had the show for years now, but it's just recently, or kind of recently, been on ESPN for a year and a half now, I think, maybe something like that. But he's had his own show. It was just a live show on YouTube for years, and it's just a sports talk show. But it's just him and his friends, him and his boys. Like they're not in suits, they're not in, they don't have teleprompters. They just talk about sports. But McAfee, he's one of my favorite sports figures because he just doesn't give. He doesn't care about anything really. He does what he does. He says what he says, and he's gonna say it, and he's gonna do it. He just came back from Australia a few days ago now, and I think he came back on Tuesday. And even he talked about it. He talked about the food over there. He was like, McAfee is as American as it gets. He talked about it. He was like, I'm not trying to get controversial because apparently it's a big thing. He's like, the food in Australia is ridiculous, like in a good way. Like it's just so. It's so healthy. Not to say we don't have healthy food here, but in comparison to other countries, and I've been to 15 other countries, 16 including the States. There's a lot of countries whose food is just it's just so much better. Now there's some countries that are worse as well. So let's let's not go crazy here. But just the food in Australia is just, again, like you just can't eat bad in Australia. I mean you can, but in comparison to here. You can't eat bad over there. Like, I've had a chicken parmy, or like a chicken schnitzel, they call it parmies over there. I had chicken parmy for like 3 days in a row, and I felt completely fine. If you do that here, you're toast. You're toast. Like, it's just, it's just little things like that. But they're really big on vegetarian and vegans out there as well. So this isn't like some like big controversial whatever. Like this is it's just what it is. It's just how they operate. It's just it's awesome. It's awesome. I like the transparency of it too. The same thing like oils and stuff. Like they don't use like whatever oil we got going on here. I don't know, but the oil they use there isn't made to destroy your insides. Like it just, I'm being dramatic, kind of. But it's just not made to do that. And so, I don't know. For all my U.S. based people, like if I were to take you to Australia or even Thailand or anywhere in Southeast Asia, even like it's not just Australia, it's a lot of other places. If I were to take you over there for a week, maybe even 2 weeks, and just to explore the food and just have you obviously gotta eat, but to have the food over there and to come back here, just the difference. I guarantee you. You'll notice the difference. You'll notice the difference. And again, it's not I'm not trying to be all whatever. It's just how it is. It is. They're pretty locked in when it comes to that. So, and the coffee out in Australia, so good. So good. They take coffee seriously. One thing I will say, for anyone who hasn't been to Australia and is planning to go to Australia, don't even waste your time on Starbucks. I don't waste my time on Starbucks in the States, but in Australia, don't even. Like Australia is like you just can't. You can't. They've got them, but the coffee culture down there is just so strong, and like they are just so adamant about having their own stuff and their own coffees and their own beans, and they take coffee real seriously down there. It's ridiculous. Especially Melbourne. Good luck. If you roll out a Starbucks in Melbourne, you're gonna get stared at. You're gonna get judged. You're gonna get judged. Like it just, and I know people like their Starbucks and stuff, and it's fine. Don't do it in Australia, and which is a good thing because you get to try the local delicacy that is Australian coffee. It's phenomenal. It's phenomenal. They've got even just a black coffee. Shout out to my dad. He likes just black coffee, no sugar, no cream, no nothing. They call it a long black. Okay, let me get a long black. Oh, I love it. Okay, a flat white. Anyway. Hopefully Lloyd's not watching me. He's gonna be extremely offended by that. Anyway, if you guys don't know Lloyd Mandy, he's from Australia. He's shout out to Lloyd, man. Yeah, he might be offended if I say that. But anyway, flat white. Flat white is just. I should know this. I never get it. I am a latte kind of guy, but I think a flat white is just coffee with cream. I think, or it was foam on top or something. I don't know. But I just say it because there's different names out in Australia. But yeah, I mean, you got to try coffee in Australia. You got to try the food in Australia, and even just the food in Southeast Asia too. I've had food in Europe. It's all right. It's a little bit better than here, but it's just not. It's not Australia. It's not Oceania. It's not Southeast Asia. Southeast Asian food is so good. Thai food. I had this plate of pad Thai when I was in Thailand 2 Novembers ago in 2023. Man, I mean, just a whole plate, like a legit dinner plate, full of pad Thai, a couple egg rolls and like a drink. I had like a Sprite or something. $3, $3 USD. What are we talking about? Like, and it's just, I don't know. It's just, and it's fresh and it's local and it's like, I mean, the hole in the wall. You got to go to the hole in the walls. I know a lot of people are worried about holes in the walls when it comes to traveling outside the country and whatever. It's like, okay, maybe it's not sanitary. You got to go to the holes in the wall. That's where the best food comes from. That's where the best food comes from. Is the hole in the wall, the grandma in the back sweating bullets, making your pad Thai for $3. It's so good. Because that's what they grown. That's what they've grown up with, and they know how to make it. And especially not even just Thai people, but just people in Southeast Asia, they take food seriously. They do not mess around, especially the local dishes. Man, so good. Right, I'm missing a couple comments here. When you're planning to visit multiple places, how do you decide which destinations to include? Ooh, good question. Okay, let me read that again. How do I answer this? When you're planning to visit multiple places, how do you decide which destinations to include? So I'll give. That was gross. I kind of spit. Gross. Sorry. You guys probably didn't see that, so I didn't need to say it. But hold on. Take a swig of water here. Right. I'll give an example of cities, and I'll give an example of countries, because the way I go about it, a lot different. I guess the easy answer for this is when it comes to cities. Say for what's a good example? Germany. Take Germany, for example. When it comes to Germany, it comes back to what I was talking about earlier in the stream when I said it just depends on the kind of traveler that you are. If you're a partier and a backpacker and like just a straight up nomad, Berlin. You gotta go to Berlin. Like, I mean, yeah, or Munich. Is it Munich? No, it's Berlin. Berlin's up top. You gotta go to Berlin. Berlin is like, I mean, you gotta go to Berlin. I'm just gonna leave it there. I'm not gonna get into it. You gotta go to Berlin. But if you're someone that's a little bit more like relaxed and maybe want the city vibes, I mean, obviously Germany, there's no beaches anywhere. Beaches, let me say that slowly. But if you want a little bit more of a, not necessarily like luxurious trip, but just more city vibes, more, more mid to upper. I mean, you can do it on a budget in this place as well. But if you want more of the city vibes, more city stuff and excursions and stuff like that, you'd probably go to Frankfurt. Frankfurt is, I think Frankfurt's like the money center in Germany. So, that's kind of how I choose it by city. So, it is. I mean, again, it just depends on the kind of traveler that you are. If you're a budget backpacker and you want to party or even just be around like-minded people, probably go to Berlin. And you can do this anywhere. But that's probably the place to go. But if you want to kind of chill out, and you want to just kind of kick back, not really stay in a hospital, you want to stay in a hotel, you want to go to nice restaurants and stuff, Frankfurt, for example. So now when it comes to countries, it's a little different ball game because it depends on how many countries you're going to and how long you're going for, or even if it's just one. But if you're going to multiple countries, I would say you want to get the highlights done if highlights are super important for you. Like if you go to France, for example, I mean, come on, Eiffel Tower. Just go and see it. Just go and see it. I'm not someone who has to go see every top attraction, but when you go to countries and stuff, and when you go to, like, if you go to France and you go to Paris, just go check it out. Just go and check it out just to say you did it. You're going to see it anyway. So just go walk up. You don't have to pay for the whole thing. Just go and see it from a distance. It's fine. But there's some other highlights, like highlights that, people say, okay, you got to go to this place, got to go. There's some places that you could probably leave out, Like, for example, in the States, over in California, when people say you go to LA, you got to go see the Walk of Fame, the Hollywood Walk of Fame. I can care less about the Walk of Fame. I can care less about Hollywood overall. It's cool to see, but it's just like, it's whatever. And I'm saying with the Hollywood sign, I'm going to see the Hollywood sign. I don't really, this kind of goes into comparison with the Eiffel Tower. Like, I don't need to go hike up to the Hollywood sign unless you really want to. It is cool up there. I've done it. But like Hollywood, I could give two shits about. So it just depends. But it's personal preference. A lot of people say that with the Eiffel Tower. They're like, okay, I'm going to see the Eiffel Tower anyway. I could care less about Paris. But they go to Lyon. So I don't know if that, hopefully that makes sense. But it just depends on the kind of travel that you are and what you do want to see and what you feel like sacrificing. And if you do just want to go for the city break and the top attractions, or do you want to just go out and just be kind of secluded out of the way, be in the suburbs and be more local, or it's kind of a little bit in between? And there's a lot of answers to that question. There really is. And it all just comes down to what kind of traveler you are. Do you want to see everything? Do you want to see, both the city and the countryside or the suburbs or whatever? Do you want to be more local? Do you want to be more around touristy people? Do you want to just do all of it? And if you got the time. So, and then also again, if you want to do said things, okay, are you a budget traveler or a luxurious traveler? Are you going to stay in massive hotels, or are you going to stay in hostels, or are you going to stay in Airbnbs? There's so many ways to go about it. And again, as I always like to say, there's no right or wrong way to travel. It's all up to you. I just recommend that you just travel, period. And Ross Travels is happy. So I got some other stuff here. Can't wait for the food and stuff. Oh yeah, that's right, Renee. You're going to I don't know if you want me to say this, but I'm gonna say it. Well, actually, I'm not gonna say the country. I'll let you do that. But you are going to Southeast Asia. You are going to Southeast Asia very soon. You're gonna love it. Oh man. Oh, I can't wait to see those stories. I can't wait to see those videos. I can't wait to see your reaction to this country's food. I don't want to give it away. I don't want to give away all your stuff. I'll let you. But I can't wait until you try this Southeast Asian country's food. Oh man, you're not gonna want to come back. I'm telling you, you're not gonna want to come back. But how do I stay out here for 19 months? I guarantee. Once the trip is coming to an end, you're gonna be thinking about what visa do I get on to not come back and to stay out here and stay in this cheap place for X amount of, I'm not sure how much the place you're staying in, but like it's cheap. I know it's cheap. It's got to be cheap. It's Southeast Asia, and it's I know, and I know you enough to know that once you go over there, especially because it's your first time, just don't come back. just don't come back. Just don't come back, because you're not gonna want to anyway. So just don't come back. I'll come and join you. And we'll be away from here together. It's great. So it's great, and I haven't been yet. So yeah. Okay, cool. Okay. I'm pretty sure you talked about this publicly, but I just don't want to give away all your stuff. But Vietnam, man, you're gonna love Vietnam. I haven't been to Vietnam yet, but Vietnamese food, oh man, you gotta try a banh mi. I know you've already looked into this. You probably already know this. You gotta try a banh mi. Oh boy. I'm salivating. A banh mi. It's gonna cost you like 50 cents too. Like it's crazy. It's crazy. I haven't been to Vietnam. I love it. Yeah, coffee flavored coffee. Yeah, coffee flavored coffee. I love it. It's good. Okay, that makes sense. Yep. Vietnam. Yep. Yeah, we dragged to the plane. The amount of times before I just traveled long term, the amount of times that even when I came back here, like I knew I needed to come back to the States. And this happened in other places too. But when I literally told my Uber driver in Sydney when I was going to the airport to come back to the States for a couple of months, and this is only in June, and I told my Uber driver I was contemplating coming back. I was like, I mean, the life is too good over there. And it is in other places too. But I set myself up there and I met so many people and connections and stuff in Australia. I did not want to come back here. And I knew I was gonna go back to Australia, but I didn't want to do it. I needed to, but I didn't want to. And so I told my Uber driver, I was like, here at the airport, I was like, I will pay the extra whatever. Just hang out here for 15 minutes. I told him that. Here's my number. Do not leave for 15 minutes. And if I make it past security, okay, you can go. You can go. You keep the extra whatever. And he did. He did. Because I was contemplating on getting on the plane at the airport. I could just solve this right now and just turn around, get back in the Uber, and go back to the Opera House, and then, continue our regularly scheduled program. I was like, okay, that would just not be the wisest decision for a few different reasons, given that I was already planning to come back here and I had some stuff set up here and yada, yada, yada. So it was just smart to just come back. And it was only temporarily too, so it's fine. But man, I texted my Uber driver. I texted the Uber driver. I was like, "Okay, you can go. You're free." Oh man, I didn't want to do it. So Renee, when you said that we dragged back on the plane, I get it because there's been a couple situations where I'm like, boy, I do not want to get on that plane, and I love planes. You guys know me. Anytime I have a chance to get on a plane to go somewhere, I'm gonna do it. But when it's the end of a trip, like when it's the end of a great time somewhere else, you don't want to go back. Like you don't want to go back to reality. You just want to keep living it. So I 100% get it. It happens to me all the time. And you don't eat bread in the States, but I told you, yeah. So that's another thing. Bread in the States, yeah, I wouldn't eat bread over here. It's funny. Okay, so that's another thing about food. So Australia, because right now you guys know this, and all my US based people who are here in the chat, you guys know this. Bread lasts if you buy a loaf of bread that's it's just been put on the shelf. Obviously they put the one that's going to expire first in the front. It's a little trick. I mean, you guys know this trick. I'm pretty sure everybody here knows this trick. If you're US based, anytime you want to go buy some bread, never choose the one off the front. You go in the back because that's the one that lasts the longest. But the thing is, bread here in the States lasts up to like 2 weeks. It's crazy. And I just thought that was normal because obviously I'm from here. Like I didn't know any better. We all knew that. And but I go over to Australia and I go to Coles or Woolworths or whatever. Those are grocery stores in Australia for anyone who doesn't know. Coles with a C, not with a K. Coles with a C in Australia is a grocery store, and Woolworths, we call it Woolies. We have Aldi, which is nice. Everyone knows Aldi. But the bread over there lasts no more than 5 days. No more than 5 days. Like from the time it gets put on the shelf to the time it expires, no more than 5-6 days. I think 6 days max, but I rarely see a 6-day expiry date. Now a lot of people, we put our bread in the fridge in Australia, so it does last a little bit longer that way. But the expiry date on bread and down under, no more than 5 days. And it was just, when I first got there, I was like, this is so weird. But then I'm thinking about it over the course of time, and it's like, yeah, that's pretty good. That's pretty good, because it's like, what are we putting in the bread here that lasts a month? How is that possible? I mean, it's great because you don't have to buy bread forever, but man, what are we doing? So, so when you say you don't buy bread in the States, it just made me think of that. And it was very weird at first because I wasn't used to it, but it makes sense. So now it's the reverse because I've been there for so long. I get back to the States, and I'm like, why does this loaf of bread have a December expiration date? What's going on? Like, what? Jesus, unless you freeze it. If you freeze it, that's different. But it's crazy. So it's kind of funny when you brought the bread. Yes, please chow down on the bread. Chow down on the bread, on the banh mi's, on the pho. Some good Vietnamese pho. Oh man, woo. I know you've already looked into this, but I'm salivating. I'm salivating over the food. I just love Asian food. I think my top cuisine, and everyone, I mean, a lot of people know this. My top cuisine is Indian food. Man, oh, woo. Tikka masala. Oh yeah. It's a good tikka masala, a good korma, a good kadahi. Oh yeah. Now we're talking. Now we're cooking. So Indian food is my favorite, but I mean I'm not really that picky. Like I'll eat whatever. But again, it's just like what I was talking about when it comes to travel earlier in the stream. You just got to go and see it. Same thing with food. You just got to go and experience it. You just got to go and, and not everything is going to be delicious. Like there's going to be some time you can go over to Southeast Asia and have durian. Ooh, man, durian sucks. Durian is gross. Durian is gross. It smells like gym socks and it's considered a fruit. It's awful. It's awful. It's absolutely terrible. Don't do it to yourself. Don't try durian. It's bad. It's bad. My Malaysian crowd, I know there's a couple of guys, a couple of my Malaysian crowd is in the chat. I am sorry, guys. I cannot do durian. I can't do it. I cannot do it. I've done it twice. Boy, it's rough. It's rough, man. So, but again, like you gotta go and experience it. If you don't like it, then you don't like it. But that's the one thing about me when it comes to food, and that's again, it ties together with travel. Like you just don't know until you go and do it, until you go and eat it, until you go and see it, until you go and travel and go to, it's man, yeah. But Indian food, tip top. But yeah, Vietnamese food, Renee, boy, you're gonna love it. You're gonna dry ice a package back to Utah, and just have. I mean, you're gonna dry ice a package, the size of the desk, and just have a stockpile of Vietnamese food for months. It's so good. It's so good. Oh boy. Yeah. Okay. Let's see. Looking at Vietnam too. Yeah. Look at. See, we got other people looking at Vietnam. It's great. It's great. Like it's good stuff. December. Yeah. I don't know what's going on with the bread over here, but like if I see an expiration date that's got 2027, what are we doing? Like what's going on here? It's I'm concerned. But I mean it's great. I don't have to buy bread for a couple of years. Golly, like Indian food, very good. Second back, but yeah, that's it. Oh, you were talking about essentials. I'm showing my head on the live stream. What's going on? We don't need to do that. Hold on. I need to scratch my head. You guys don't need to see the head. Hold on. Okay. Not a lot of people who is not my family don't really see my normal head without the hat. Okay, hold on. But I know you're saying, Renee, about travel essentials. You probably know this already, but leave room in your backpack. Okay, your comment just it reminded me of that. Leave room in your backpack, and I say it for everybody. When you go out and travel and stuff like that, I mean, I know it's easy for me because my whole life is in this room. It's literally in this room, and it's just a backpack and a duffel bag. But leave room in your backpack, especially when you're going on just like little short trips. When you're coming back. 2 weeks in Europe or a month in Southeast Asia, or whatever. When you're packing, leave room in your backpack. I just leave out that extra couple of shirts, leave out that extra pair of sandals, leave out that extra couple of whatever, just so you can have a little bit of extra room in your backpack because you will be coming back with stuff, guaranteed. Even for like super budget travelers, they always come back with. I mean, they'll come back with something, even if it's just maybe a stack of postcards to send off to people. There's gonna be something that you come back with. So another travel tip and essential: leave room in your bag or bags. Some people even bring this is a little bit crazy, but some people bring like a whole separate empty luggage. I think that's a little crazy. It's a little bit too much. But again, like I said, it just depends on the traveler. It depends on the kind of traveler that you are. So there's that. But you just reminded me of that. Here we go. Oh yeah, see, we were interactive today. Okay, we've been going for 108 minutes. That's what, almost an hour and a half. That's crazy. I was not expecting to be out here for an hour and a half. As a vegetarian, I found when traveling confined. Yeah. And a lot of places. Okay, Southeast Asia. I know I say Southeast Asia for everything, but Southeast Asia is just a perfect example because there's a lot of vegetarians down there. And it also has to do with the culture too. Like the culture, they just don't eat meat. So I mean they do, but some cultures don't eat meat. Some parts of one country does, and then like another part of the same country doesn't. It's sometimes a religious thing. It depends. But Southeast Asia, you will have no problem with vegetarian and vegan options. It's just I mean, without a doubt, without a doubt. But then again, Australia, same thing, or even Oceania, like New Zealand too. Like, give New Zealand some love. I love New Zealand. Anyone who gets a chance to go visit New Zealand, boy, spend 6 months in New Zealand. Oh man, you're not gonna come back. You're not gonna come back here. You're gonna find a way to become a New Zealand citizen. It's amazing, but yeah, Oceanian food, island food, like islander food, like in the Pacific Islands, and then Southeast Asian food, or even Asian food overall. Man, sign me up for all that. Sign me up for all of it. Again, I'm pretty easygoing, but sign me up for all that food. Sign me up for all that food. It's good. Moroccan food. I know. I mentioned Morocco earlier when I was talking about my updates. Man, I am so excited for Moroccan food. You got no idea. Oh, you got no idea, man. Oh, I love it. Absolutely. I just like food. I just like food. I don't know if you guys could tell. I like food, but it's good. And I'm excited for all of you guys because I know a lot of you guys are traveling soon or traveling currently. But some of you guys who are going to be traveling soon, new countries or revisiting some countries or whatever, I'm excited to see what you guys think about just like the food and the people and the lifestyle and the whatever. It's good stuff, man. I like when people reach out to me and say, hey, I am in such and such, or even when I see the stories, they don't have to reach out. They post on their stories and they're in Mongolia or whatever. Like, it's just so cool to see. I've had friends reach out to me recently, asking me, like, again, it's always the same with Ross. You've been away for so long, like you're still traveling, blah, blah, blah. I'm telling you, when you put your mind to it, you can figure it out. You can figure it out. But they're just like, how do you do it? How do you have to make the money to do it? And you're seeing all these different places and stuff. I would have never thought that, like, this place is actually like this. You just got to go and see it, man. You got to go and see it. But they reach out and they're starting to get motivated. Okay, maybe I actually will book that ticket. Maybe I will book that flight. Maybe I will book that train. Maybe I will book that bus. Maybe I will book that whatever, that boat. Whatever. It's so cool to see. It's so cool to see. And whether I had an impact or not, it's whatever. But like seeing some people getting to travel for the first time, and me, whether I do have not an input, but whether I've had some sort of anything to do with it or like some advice or whatever, even just little things like that, or nothing at all, and it's just a friend that I know that's traveling for the first time, I'm congratulating them. I'm blowing up their story. Oh yeah, you're traveling. They get to see what it's like in the world, and it's great. It's absolutely great. As my dad famously said like a couple of weeks ago, I'd rather take my chances in the world. And that's exactly where my mind's at is now. I'd rather take my chances in the world. And because I mean, just again, I keep circling back to it, but there's just so much to see. Like, it's not just one place, And I mean, cool. Some folks are fixated on staying in one place, fine. But I really just mean that towards the want to be and aspiring travelers. This is really where I throw all my energy and motivation to, is the people that want travel, but they just can't really wrap their head around how or why or when or like whatever. It's just, and again, I get it. We talked about this earlier in the stream, the obligations and this and that. Like, you just got to work out some things. I got some stuff that I got to work out first, and then I can go out there. Or maybe I got to finish a job, or maybe I got a lease to finish on an apartment or whatever. I definitely get it, but I'm starting to see more, even just people that I know, people my age, or even like other friends that are starting to do that I've gotten to meet or whatever, and they're starting to get out into the world. You love to see it, man. You love to see it, but when I really get into this kind of stuff, I just deflected. I target it towards the people that want to travel, but think they can't, and they definitely can. They definitely can. People that want to stay and stay in the same job for 65 years, whatever. You do whatever you want to do. But for my travelers out there that are invested in looking into it and want to do it, but just need that push, this is what I'm aiming my focus towards. And anyone that does want to work as a mechanic for 65 years and want an outlet or whatever, here you go. Welcome to Ross Travels. This is what we're going to do on the channel. Like, we're going to get you out of that garage, or garage for my UK folks, and we're going to get you seeing some things. Even if, again, like, every trip doesn't need to be this big monumental trip. I know I always talk about it, and I always talk about places that are far, but every trip doesn't need to be monumental. For me, my goal is just to get people just to see some shit. That's my whole thing. I just want you to go see some stuff, man. I just want you to go see some stuff. And it's easy to say. I mean, again, I've been in 16 countries now and counting. That number will be way up by the time I get back to Australia in November. But it's easy for me to say it like that. But it's not like I just like. It didn't come easy. It didn't come easy. Like, there was some work that needed to be done. There's some savings that needed to be made, some time that needed to be spent, and we just do it over some time. Like, it wasn't just, I've done 15 countries in the span of 3 months. Like, that's not what happened. I just, I don't know. It comes with hard work, but it's definitely possible. It's definitely possible. It is not impossible. And it all starts with getting your passport. It's been 115 minutes since I've said that, which is, I don't know, an hour and I don't know how long. But it's been 115 minutes, and I haven't said that a single time until now. Get your passport. Get your passport. Travel the world. It's my new. It's in the end of my outro on my YouTube channel, as you guys famously know. Get your passport. Travel the world. Be kind to each other. Love one another. Stop watching the news. That's it. That's it. And with that, I'm going to end off the stream. Yeah, this is fun. This is fun. Great content. Wait. Let me just be sure I didn't miss anything. Okay, cool. We're all good. But yeah, with that, I'm going to end off the stream, folks. I've been here for a while. This definitely is the longest stream I've ever done. We are going to be doing a lot more live streams just to get I say this every time. I say it every time, and I get distracted, and some plan comes up and whatever. But we're going to be doing more live streams. I'm definitely going to do a lot more in the next couple of weeks, but I'm really focused on getting a lot of these videos out before I set off on a 6.5 week journey. That's going to be it's going to be straight through, and then back to basically my home now, which is Australia, back to Melbourne. Oh, you guys don't know how happy I am. You guys don't know how, actually, you guys do know how happy I am. I'm so excited just to go back to Australia and get back to what seems like now is roots. And and Melbourne, for those who don't know, is basically my home base. It's basically my now worldly home base, apart from my family here in the States. Other than that, Melbourne is my home base in the world. I could confidently say that, and I'm excited to go back. I'm excited to go back. I think I'm gonna pop up to Sydney for maybe about a week or so, and then I'm start looking for work again. But man, I mean, look out, because a lot more videos are coming. A lot more videos around the world are coming. We are gonna try and get 2 videos. We're trying to get 2 videos out a week, and next week, not a week. Just next week, because we're not going to go too crazy. I said that a couple of weeks ago, and I got behind. But next week, just because I know I got some stuff that's pretty much ready. Next week, Wednesday and Friday, videos. Look out, and maybe we'll throw a live stream in there, but we're not going to go too crazy. We got to get the work done first. But yeah, so look out. Next week, 2 videos. We're doing it. Probably a live stream as well. But it's a lot of fun. Thanks a lot for the interactions. And again, as always, you guys follow me, rosstravelsofficial on Instagram. I said that loads of times in the stream, but for anyone, because a lot of people would pop in and out, so try and throw that in there. So rosstravelsofficial on Instagram and TikTok, and obviously you're here on YouTube, so it's that. But a lot of live updates. Most of my live updates or more recent updates are going to be on Instagram, so just look out for that. And yeah, I appreciate all of you guys. I know a lot of you guys have been popping in and out. So again, as always, I say this multiple times in the stream because people are coming in and out all the time. I appreciate it regardless if it's been 5 minutes, 5 seconds, 10 minutes, half a stream, or the whole thing. I appreciate you guys popping in, showing some love, throwing the likes in there. I appreciate it. This has been fun. This has been fun. So I'm gonna get out of here. I'm borderline falling asleep at this point. I've had 2 really big days. We got the day off tomorrow. So maybe. There's no one over there. Maybe we'll live stream. Maybe we'll live stream tomorrow. Maybe. But I gotta get this video done and get it out because I'm a week and a half late. So anyway, I'm doing the Midwest goodbye. Yeah, as always, be kind to each other, love one another, get your passport, travel the world, stop watching the news. We're gonna keep harping on it. It's not the most common thing, it's not the most loved thing to say. But I'm gonna say it. And I'll see you guys later. Look out, new videos next week. That's my finger in the thing. There we go.